Have you ever felt it? That strange pull in your chest. That random moment when their name crosses your mind for no reason. That sudden wave of emotion that hits you out of nowhere? What if I told you it's not always one-sided? What if the reason you can't shake the feeling is because somewhere in silence, they miss you too? Tonight, we're breaking down the 5 undeniable signs that appear when someone truly misses you, even if their ego won't let them admit it. And trust me, sign number 5 changes everything. So stay with me, because this isn't surface-level advice. This is psychological. This is emotional truth. And if you're someone who values deep insight into relationships and human behavior, make sure you subscribe right now. Because what we talk about here, most people are too afraid to say out loud. Now let's begin. Sign number 1. They find subtle ways to stay connected. When someone misses you, they struggle with absence. But pride is powerful. So instead of texting, "I miss you," they'll react to your story. They'll like an old photo. They'll send something random that reminds them of you. They'll create excuses to keep a thread alive. Because psychologically, detachment feels like loss. And loss triggers discomfort in the brain. When you matter to someone, your absence leaves a gap. And the human mind hates gaps. So they try to fill it. Not directly, but subtly. If you notice small, consistent attempts to stay in your orbit, that's not coincidence. That's missing you. But here's where it gets deeper. Sign number 2. They bring up memories. Think about this. When someone says, "Remember that time we," they're not just being nostalgic. Memory is emotional currency. When a person misses you, their brain replays the moments where they felt connection, safety, excitement. They revisit the laughter, the late-night conversations, the inside jokes, because emotionally, the brain wants to re-experience what it lost. So if they keep referencing the past, if they remind you of how good things were, if they send you songs you used to listen to together, they're not just reminiscing, they're trying to relive you. And if this is resonating so far, pause for a second. Subscribe, because we're just getting started. Sign number 3. They check on you indirectly. Here's something most people don't realize. When someone misses you but doesn't want to appear vulnerable, they gather information quietly. They ask mutual friends how you're doing. They watch your online activity patterns. They notice when you're active but don't post. They analyze your captions. Why? Because missing someone creates anxiety. And anxiety seeks reassurance. They want to know if you're okay, if you've moved on, if you're happy without them. But instead of asking directly, they observe, silently. And here's the truth. People don't monitor what they don't care about. Now let's go deeper. Sign number 4. Their energy changes around you. When someone truly misses you, their nervous system reacts. You'll notice it. They might act distant, but their eyes linger. They might speak casually, but their tone softens. They might pretend they're unaffected, but their body language tells another story. Because emotions leak, even when words don't. If they missed you deeply, being around you triggers unresolved feelings. And the body doesn't lie. Micro-expressions, hesitation, subtle nervousness, those are signs of internal conflict. They want to stay composed, but part of them is remembering what they lost. And we haven't even reached the most powerful sign yet. Because sign number 5, it reveals everything. But before we go there, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to act like you didn't care when you cared the most? Exactly. Keep watching, because the final sign explains the behavior that confuses almost everyone. And once you understand it, you'll never misread silence again. Now breathe, and let's continue. Sign number 5. They pull away, but never fully let go. This is the most misunderstood behavior. When someone misses you deeply, 2 forces fight inside them. Emotion and ego. Emotion says, reach out. Ego says, don't look weak. So what happens? They create distance, but not complete absence. They disappear, then reappear. They go quiet, then send a random message. They act detached, then suddenly show interest again. This push and pull? It's internal conflict. Because missing someone makes you vulnerable. And vulnerability is scary, especially if things ended with pride, pain, or unfinished conversations. But here's the psychological truth. If someone truly didn't miss you, they wouldn't orbit, they wouldn't check in, they wouldn't hover, they wouldn't resurface. Indifference is silent and permanent. Conflicted behavior is emotional attachment. Read that again. Indifference is permanent. Attachment is inconsistent. And that inconsistency? That's often missing you. Now I need you to understand something important. Missing you doesn't always mean they'll come back. Missing you doesn't always mean they've changed. Sometimes it simply means you mattered. And humans don't easily detach from what once felt meaningful. But here's where it shifts. Instead of obsessing over whether they miss you, ask yourself, do they deserve access to you if they do? Because the real power isn't in being missed. It's in knowing your value. And when you stop chasing validation, when you stop needing proof, when you stand firm in your worth, something interesting happens. The dynamic changes. Confidence creates gravity. When you're secure, when you're emotionally grounded, when you're not reacting to every breadcrumb, you become harder to replace. And ironically, that's when missing you hits them the hardest. Because absence mixed with strength is powerful. Let's recap quickly. They find subtle ways to stay connected. They bring up memories. They check on you indirectly. Their energy shifts around you. And they pull away but never fully let go. If you've seen these signs, you're not imagining it. But remember this. Your job is not to decode every signal. Your job is to protect your peace. Because someone missing you is not the same as someone choosing you. And you deserve to be chosen fully. Not halfway. Not occasionally. Fully. If this gave you clarity, subscribe. Because this channel is about understanding psychology, relationships, and emotional power at a deeper level. And before you leave, I want to leave you with this. Sometimes the strongest position you can take is doing nothing. Let them miss you. Let them feel the space. Let silence do the talking. Because when someone truly misses you, the signs always appear. And now, you know how to see them.